Well, it seemed like it had all been brought under control after the devastation wreaked by the blaze yesterday, but the Fire Parliament has now flared up again. SABC News' parliamentary reporter Abra Barbier is there and joins me now. Abra, for people who have just tuned in, I know you've been reporting on this for the last half hour or so, but when did this flare up? What exactly can you see right now?
Francis, good afternoon. Myself and my colleagues, thinking everything was under control. We were in our newsroom, busy packaging and preparing our scripts and our sound bites and our visuals to feed up to you guys in Joburg, of course, so that everything can be ready for our bulletins. And then we started smelling smoke. The smell of smoke in the air was thicker than what it was earlier when I arrived, and I heard screaming, and then I made my way down the corridors. Myself and my colleagues, we all started running down the corridors, and when we got to the balcony, which is where I am right now with my camera colleague Pam Zakufa, when we got to the balcony, that is essentially what we saw. Black plumes of smoke, which only means that one of the hotspots have reignited. You can also see the crane, and they have the hose up there right now. So this is really sad to watch because, as you said, excuse me, Francis, as you said, we thought it was under control, and what comes to mind now is those libraries, the artifacts, the arts and crafts that we were earlier told survived the blaze. We now have to wonder how much damage is going to be done from this flare up right now.
Yeah.
So we haven't had any official word from Parliament because obviously this has all literally just happened. I just saw a tweet from Moloto Motapo from the Parliamentary Communications Office, who also just said that unfortunately there has been another flare up. I expect we will get further information from Parliament, once they are able to send out more info to us. Francis?
Abra, I saw a very recent report from the city of Cape Town saying that the roof of the National Assembly, that's where the flame has reignited. If you look, does that coincide with what you're seeing, that the roof of the National Assembly, where we would have all the big speeches, the State of the Nation address, the budget speeches, that is what is on fire right now?
Francis, I myself have not seen that report, but if that is what you what you have read, then yes, I can indicate that what I'm seeing, it's definitely the National Assembly. What I do know is earlier on I was told that the public gallery in the National Assembly, which of course is where members of the public sit when they are in the chamber, that the public gallery has all but collapsed and that the roof is in a terrible state. So if the city now is saying that the roof has collapsed, obviously it's just gotten so much worse.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing now, it looks like, I can't see flames from where I'm standing, but just based on the amount of smoke, it doesn't look good, Francis. It really doesn't look good.
Abra, so just to explain to people, because I've been there, you have the main building and then these sort of office buildings that is where SABC is housed, down a street basically, and it's quite a big area. But are you safe? Are your colleagues safe? Is everybody in Parliament safe? Have you seen any signs of an evacuation or anything like that?
Francis, yes, you are correct. The SABC, we have offices in the Marks building. This is the building which traditionally houses the offices of opposition parties. So the SABC are fortunate enough to actually have an office right here with our studio as well. We are safe. From where I'm standing, we are safe. To my knowledge, we're the only media who were allowed in, and that is because we have offices. Our newsroom, our workspace is here. So yes, we are safe. No there wasn't much evacuation that needed to be done because the minimal amount of people and staff were inside anyway. Large areas are cordoned off. Earlier on, when I tried to make my way up to the Good Hope Chamber, obviously I missed the memo about which entrance you need to use, but when I made my way to the Good Hope Chamber, I was quite abruptly stopped by one of the police officers. Myself and my colleague Hubert Slingers, we also tried to do a live crossing from up there. Again, we were chased away, so they're not taking any chances in terms of having unnecessary bodies around. It's just emergency officials, loads and loads of firefighters, of course, and then parliamentary staff who are key, of course, to assisting those emergency teams on the ground. Yes, Parliament, it is quite a large, the precinct itself, it is very big. Right now, what I can say is the offices where ministers sit and the administrators sit, the ministers, administrators, not Parliament's administrators. So that building is safe. It is literally the heritage site, the I suppose the most important building, the National Assembly Chamber, that is under threat right now. The NCOP is safe from what I'm seeing. The NCOP is right in front of me. If Pam can just quickly turn the camera around. That's the National Council of Provinces. That looks quite safe, as you can see. So, as I said earlier on, the National Assembly is bearing the brunt of this flare-up.
Abra, there are so many questions, and you've been reporting on this about security, about possible breaches. This may or may not be an arson attack. Also about fire prevention methods, and then why the fire spread so quickly, and how effectively it has been fought. We can't comment much until there's concrete proof of anything. But from your vantage point, can you see any firefighting efforts, or is it too far away to see how many people are on site right now and trying to get that blaze under control?
Right now, I see the crane. Pam is going to just pan the camera up there. You see the crane at the top. There are two firefighters in the crane. They have the hose. The amount of water coming, look, I'm not an expert. I'm not an emergency services personnel member, so I don't know exactly what kind of tactics they use, but just based on what I saw and looking at how much smoke I saw, that hose didn't seem sufficient. But that is all that I can see. Of course, there are loads of trees in my way, so I can't really see what else is happening on the other side of the trees. But there were dozens of firefighters on the scene earlier on. I think I saw about 3 trucks. I might be wrong. I think I saw about 3 or 2 trucks, but dozens and dozens of firefighters. And when I saw them, I think some of them were on a little bit of a break, but I can guarantee you nobody's on a break right now. Let me just bend down. I'm just trying to peep through. I see more firefighters down the lane. I can't really see what they are doing, but I assume that they're all just prepping to move in and to do what they are trained to do, to try and extinguish this fire as soon as they can.
All right, thank you. We'll check in with you again, and we'll speak to emergency services as soon as we can, and the various role players. That was SABC parliamentary reporter Abra Barbier.